Okay guys, welcome back to Sanity Maintenance. Today I'm going to be replacing a thermostat in my home. And for the reason it's been shorting out. We live in a mobile home, and above it has an area where it can actually pull air in or let heat out of our home. And it can also draw air in if the situation or the conditions are right for it to do so. In the process of us having a new home unit put in, they put a vent in right below our thermostat. In the process of it working and being used, it actually pulls heat from the outside in due to a hole in the wall where the thermostat is actually mounted. And it will actually drive a thermostat nuts sometimes, causing it to seem like it's hotter in the house than it actually is, or even getting moisture on the wiring, which I will show you because there's probably some on there. Once that moisture gets on, it causes problems with the wiring. We have been having issues now for some time with our smoke detectors. Like little smoke alarms you have, they're also mounted on the wall as well. So I'll kind of show you what's going on here and what will cause one to go nuts. And if you're having this problem, also a little bit of a solution on how to fix it. So let's get into that real quick. And I have an older one here. We're going to be replacing like this here, and we're going to be replacing it with a new T4 Pro thermostat, which is it's a used one that I had sitting around, so I'm going to use it instead. And I know it works, and kind of go from there. All right, guys, let's jump into it. All right, I got the old thermostat off right now, and taking a look here at the hole. And so I have a hole here right into behind the thermostat where the wire comes up through the bottom of the house. This is also center wire here for me on my house, on the far as part of the middle part of my home. Above this is the eave that runs on both top of the roof of the house. So this right here is allowing moisture to get in here, all right? And the reason why I got so much moisture coming in here, and as well with my fire alarms going nuts in here, is what's going on is I have the ductwork right here for my AC unit is pulling moisture, pulling air through here, and it's also pulling air through here as well. This is not taped off or anything. This is how they left it when they took and put the unit in and added the thermostat. So now that I have the thermostat out, I can kind of let's take a look at it and see what the wiring looks like and show you that moisture actually does come through here, you know. See the wire corroded on the second top to the left there? How bad that is corroded? This will absolutely drive a thermostat freaking nuts. Okay, guys? So if you got one that's going nuts and you're replacing your thermostat here, you know, and you're trying to figure out what's going on with the thermostat, it may just be where it's located and how it's pulling that air in. I've also noticed this with my fire alarms too, because this is a mobile home I'm living in. This is the center wall here. And it does have an eave above the top of it there so it can breathe. So naturally it's going to pull a hot air, moisture, humidity, and anything else right through this damn hole here. And it's going to let all this through here. And it is pulling down to here. It's all right. All right, we'll get the new thermostat here mounted up here and replace it. All right, give you a little bit of a look-see here at what I'm talking about. This is where my fire alarms normally go for my mobile home here. They just plug in right here, like so. And this is the same wall. All of them are mounted to the same wall for the same wiring. And you can clearly see it's got a little bit of where the condensation's been there or whatever for the plug-in for it. I finally just took these out altogether and replaced them, the fire alarms, at different locations with newer ones. But this is what they look like when they've been taken off. This wall is the center of my home here, and above it is where the house breathes. So during the summertime, with it pulling in from the AC unit like this, it also pulls moisture in, causing these to short out, and they will literally drive you freaking nuts. The damn things are always going off, did it, and making noises. It just seems to short them out, and you can't really depend on them, and you can't get any sleep. So, just unhooking them, and this is what has caused the problem here. After figuring out, because in the wintertime you can plug them back in and they're fine, and because you're no longer pulling moisture in. So back to the thermostat. All right, here we go again. We're back over here now. Got my wires kind of skinned back here, nice and neat here. Make sure I got all these like I need them here. I'm going to see if I can get me some nice new holes here for this to go in here. Also going to tape this off here with some tape here so the air cannot be pulled back through here again. And the air being pulled by as far as down here through the AC unit, you know, when it just kicks on and does what it does. So, all right, I'll be back here in a little bit. I'm going to take and get all this here kind of situated and start getting it hooked up. All right, that's where I'm at the moment. I got the wires all nice and installed here. The back side of here where the hole is going through the wall, it's taped up pretty nicely there. So I shouldn't have very much air coming through here at all. So I can replace the cover here with it here. Make sure all that fits like it's supposed to. The thermostat that is going on here has a place for the batteries on the back. I did install the batteries for the moment, just to I can actually program this, allow me to program it before I even start doing what I'm doing. And as I was programming this, I also went by what I have here versus the old one that was here, as in the temperature. This one is 1 degree off, so I'll keep that in mind as I'm using it to cool or heat or whatever I'm doing. So the old one here said 81, this one said 80, so there was difference of 1 degree. So I'll keep that in mind as we're using this newer thermostat here that is going to be 1 degree off. Now I'll take the batteries out and install this and go from there. Get the focus, there we go. I forgot to tell you I did take and turn the AC breaker off, so now I'm putting it back on. Alright, well, we got the power back on now. Give it a few minutes here and kind of see what's going to be going on here. Can't hardly try to focus in here if I can, some kind of way here so you can see. So I'm going to give it a 1, 2, 3 here and see how it goes and works out here. But the air should be kicking on here shortly. I can't quite see it through the phone, so I have to stop what I'm doing to cut the AC on and all that jazz. So I'll be back. Alright guys, she's up and running. The program thing's working pretty good. I dropped it down just a little bit here to kind of see what's going on here. To make sure everything works right like it's supposed to be. And the last thing I need to do is mark it for my wife, because she's going to know what damn button do I hit to cut it off. So there it is. It's right there, pointed right there. So it's the button you cut it on and off with, because she likes to know how to cut things on and off. So she doesn't want to have to go find her glasses or anything like that. So that's out of the way. It's always best to know your wife. So this is going to conclude having a crazy thermostat in your house, or maybe even driving your fire detector alarm things nuts. And this is generally a reason why, if you live in a mobile home and sometimes in a house, that you're generally pulling air in from the outside, causing a shortage in the thermostat, or possibly the actual smoke detector or something like that. And all it takes is just a little bit of draw from an area like that and being just this close. So keep that in mind when you're installing one, and maybe even thinking very seriously about sealing it up behind there to keep this from happening in the future. So, all right, guys, give it a thumbs up. It worked out pretty good for you. If not, hey, that's cool. Y'all have yourself a great day. I'm going to drink a few beers and enjoy the rest of my day off.